Life Productions.
My name's Samuel Schmidt, but I go by the name of Sam Wise.
Y'all know what the fuck going on? Royal Life Productions in this motherfucker.
In Phoenix, AZ, but I'm from Mississippi, way down south. Town where Hattiesburg, Mississippi, somewhere people ain't never heard of unless you go there.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, see? Exactly. And it's the second biggest city in Mississippi, which is piss poor because it's only like 70,000 people. But like I moved out to Phoenix and stuff for better opportunities because when you come from somewhere so small, in a city like that, you're limited and you gotta further yourself and seek more opportunity. Which here is where I met my producer, Thrax House, and it's kind of funny because I met him, I just went on Facebook and typed in studio time because I'd only been here 1 week. And then he hit me up, and ever since is when I really started getting serious about it.
How long ago was that?
Oh man, that was like May of 2017 that I moved here, but I probably actually started in July. But when I recorded my first music, it was in Nashville. But you know Nashville, that's where they got country music and not rap music, so it wasn't really the place for me, and I decided just to move one day. I ain't telling no family, nobody. I just said, fuck it, let's go to Phoenix, AZ, and here I am.
So what made you want to come out here?
Well, honestly, I mean, I had been planning this shit with my cousin, and I also knew, low-key, I mean, you gotta have some way to bring in the money, and so I figured I'd just transfer jobs with the same company over to Phoenix. And I mean, it all played out well.
So how long you been doing music?
Been doing music approximately, I mean, like I said, when I started in Nashville is when I first started recording, but when I originally started rapping and everything, it was when I first started smoking too, listening to a bunch of ATQ. I mean, my buddy would just freestyle a lot, and I'd already been writing poetry and stuff. And so I figured, you know, if I can freestyle and write poetry, let's rap and write lyrics. And so I started, but like I said, I didn't get really serious until I came out here because it's like, honestly, all my stuff, it was never mixed, it was raw. And I look back and I deleted all that shit. Cause I look back and listen to it, and what I got now compared to that is just like, that ain't even the same guy, you know?
But why you could have uploaded some unfinished business?
I mean, I got unfinished business as it is, but if I know I got something better, or I've already dropped something better, then I'm not gonna set myself back and look behind me.
So what's the difference between you now and you when you first started?
I've changed up my flow. I actually, you know, a lot of people won't admit it, but a lot of times they make music, it's scattered, it doesn't stay on the subject, or it doesn't progress up because they say random things that don't go along with it and takes you off. And so I progressed on that majorly, and just more so, you know, not being a guy that just tries to, let's just write a bunch of bars and just put them together, you know? It's like, what's the purpose behind your song? Why are you writing this? Yeah. Am I gonna be able to feel it? You know, so, I mean, more direct, and as anybody with anything, you do something more and more, you just get better over time. But you only get out what you put in, and I've been busting my balls, bro. So, I mean, it's gonna get me somewhere, but like you said, it ain't happened overnight, so just gotta keep moving.
So when you say a lot of rappers just throwing a bunch of words, isn't that the whole radio right now?
I mean, I try to listen. Honestly, unless the song goes really big, I'm listening to my own stuff mostly. And mostly the stuff that I haven't dropped yet, because I'm trying to better myself. So a lot of these main songs by Migos or whoever it may be, I really don't ever even hear them, because we're on my Google Drive playing this and that and seeing how I can get better. I'm not gonna take I'm not gonna be listening to yours if we don't got the same style. If it's not gonna further myself, I'm not gonna be stealing your shit. So let's just listen to my shit and have it upgraded from what I got before I drop it, you know? So I've never been a cliche rapper or a basic rapper. I mean, I know I'm sure a lot of people say that, but I feel mine's a lot different, and that's why it's not so flexing. But the people who do listen to it really, really like it, and they really, really feel that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was digging that song I was listening to on Instagram, but you said that's one of your own joints. I want to hear something new. I already know that's gonna be fire.
I mean, I got plenty of shit with me.
So what have you dropped lately?
The last song I dropped, honestly, man, like I said, I'm different. And a buddy of mine, he played like a guitar kind of country kind of beat. But I was really feeling it. And honestly, I mean, people can say what they want, but I got a dog and I love the fuck out of him. So I wrote a song called My Dog. And it's different. It's not like a typical Pussy Money Weed rap song. But I mean, there's shit behind it. And if you got a dog and you love him, you listen to that shit, you can be like, damn, I love my dog too.
So you know when people probably listen to that song, they probably thought you was talking about your dogs, like your boys.
Well, on the cover you got a picture of my own personal dog edited with the title on it. And I mean, I'm saying things referencing to dogs, not to home dogs. So, I mean, I really don't ever even say the word dog to nobody unless, I mean, Snoop Dogg, yeah, but that's about it.
So when you're in the booth, what do you think about?
Well, when I write, like I said, I write stories more so, kind of like Slick Rick did or Eminem did.
J. Cole.
They're letting out what they already experienced, and I write based off emotions too. And so, if I'm not really feeling it, then I can't fully write a real song, because it has to be me, what's in my mind, what are you going through, and then I just put it out on paper. Because I mean, you just talk to some people, they just look at you like you weak or a fool, but you let it out yourself when you're in the studio. I mean, you feel way better than you talking to a therapist or any of that crap. So it's kind of like almost my way of therapy too, you know?
Yeah, because you're basically talking to the microphone.
Yeah, basically, you're letting your thoughts. I was once watching a show and the guy said people make music and listen to it because they letting out the problems they have that other people are scared to say. And that's so true, because a lot of times you listen to sad music or you listen to love music, like, damn, I love this woman, or damn, I'm sad and depressed. So that's what a lot of music is just what people aren't actually saying to themselves. So therefore artists have to do it, put it out on the media, and the things that they correlate with, that's what they really, really dig. And so if you're not being real and you're trying to flex and stuff, it just is unattractive to me. Like, cause I mean, you just heard so many songs like that it's like, what's different about this one than that? Or have I not heard this before? And just, you know, different kind of shit. I'm not bashing anybody, and I'm not calling myself greater than anybody else, but I just I like hearing different shit that I ain't heard before, and topics that I don't really hear. I don't care if it's weird or whatever, honestly, like weird or I dig that kind of funky weird shit, you know?
So, you know, earlier you were talking about how you don't want to steal nobody's style. You know, nowadays a lot of music all sound the same, with the same beat, same lyrics, people using the same verses. So what are you doing differently to not do that?
Well, I mean, my producer even told me he likes working with me because the beats I bring and the type of stuff that I write about aren't like the other artists that he does work with, because he's played some of that stuff for me and he'll tell me like, man, your shit is different. And I don't know what it is, but I like it, because most of these people, they come in here and rap about the same thing. And I mean, I'm just a producer, so I gotta deal with it and produce it because they paying me. But low key, like it's all the same for the most part. You one of the only people that I can like clearly, and I got a shirt hanging up in the studio and everything because I know who you are and I want to stay with you, you know? So, I mean, if it's the same, then it's lame, you know what I'm saying?
So doing music, what makes you keep going?
Well, I mean, honestly, just as long as I'm alive, I'm gonna be doing it because it's my way of expressionism, and like I said, it's my way to let out everything that nobody else wants to listen to, or if you know going through some shit, then I write that, or if I am just hyper emotional, I write that too. So, I mean. Also, yeah, everybody aimed to blow up one day with the music, but regardless I blow up or not, I'm gonna keep doing what I love to do, and I'm gonna keep displaying it to further myself and get better, and I know that's gonna continue.
So isn't that your goal, to blow up one day?
I mean, any artist who says it's not my goal to blow up one day, they probably lying. But I mean, it's more so if time comes you do blow up, what are you gonna do with it? And I mean, I've always said to myself, that time comes, I aim to give back to all my people back home, all the people that helped me here. And I always told all my people that I make it, all y'all made it too. So I'm not a selfish person, and I know without my producers, without a few connects I got, I wouldn't be able to be where I'm at now. So I really feel like sometimes I cross the right people at the right time, and if I hadn't crossed those exact people, then shit wouldn't be near the level it is now.
You know, that's very, very, very different. Because every time I hear an artist say, when I make it, I'm buying me houses, I'm getting my grill, getting a bunch of jewelry.
I mean, that's because most artists, they're out seeking materialism more so than just expressionism and what they actually are saying and feeling in that mindset. And it's kind of like, I mean, shit, when I get buried, I don't give a fuck if I get buried with a big gold chain and fresh Jordans and a nice suit. I mean, that's it. I mean, what did I leave behind other than my music and my jewelry? You know what I'm saying? So that time comes, I'm gonna help all my people. I don't have to say any names, but if you ever did help me progress, or if you was ever there for me when I was down or something like that, then time comes, we're gonna be way up.
So what is your opinion when somebody tell you that your music is trash?
Well, you know, on it.
How do you take criticism, basically?
Well, from people who are criticizing me to help me, I'm all ears, bro. Tell me my shit trash. Tell me my flow suck. I'm gonna change it up, and I ain't gonna drop the song until, you know, we know it's good. So there's a difference between criticizing because I want to help this dude and I love him to death, I'm just being honest with him. And then there's a difference between criticizing, you know, you just one of them accounts on Instagram who you just trying to bring motherfuckers down to your level, and it's just like, without criticism, you can't really further yourself, because I mean, if I'm just thinking my shit's perfect, then it's just gonna stay the same over and over and over again. So I mean, I'm open-minded to criticism, and I remember Bernie Mac in a movie, he told the guy, like, boy, just be yourself, and people don't like you if you're being yourself, then fuck them. And so that's kind of the philosophy I have. You know, like I said, the people who love my music, they really love it. So if you don't like it, and you think I suck, then hit next. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep doing me eventually till I get to that point, because you can look at every single artist that's ever been successful, and there's gonna be tons of people that said you was trash at the beginning, who was criticizing. It don't even matter who they are, they'll still be in the comments saying, nah, this garbage, bro. No matter how many views you get. regardless, that's going to go on forever. So if you don't adapt to it early, then you're in for a long, long road.
No, yeah, you already know. But a lot of famous artists nowadays can't take criticism. They think everybody's buying their style. They think everybody's hating on them. It's kind of tough. What do you think about social media? How is it compacting with artists?
You know, obviously it's helping them get their word out and stuff like that. But at the same time, I think some artists are doing it for clout and stuff like that to impress, and without the Instagram account, they would just vanish. They're doing it for wrong reasons, a lot of them. And without Instagram, I feel like they just wouldn't be anything. But see, before Instagram even came out, I was still doing this shit, and my last post was like fucking 2 months ago. I only really post about my music, but it's just like, you know, if it's good, then they gonna recognize you. 1,000 followers or 100 followers, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not really worried, or I don't really stay addicted to how many likes I got or nothing like that. You like me, you like me. You don't, you don't. I'm just gonna see who's real, who's not real. So if you do it with the right reasoning and you're not trying to bring people down, then social media is good. But if you're one of them people who just want to be negative towards people or say you ugly, or just, I hate them people in the comments. They go comment on NBA or ESPN account. I dropped out of school, go check out my shit. Or like, hey, if you follow me, then I'm just like, bruh. Like, there's a couple times it's just so repetitive that I'll reply to the comments like, bro, this is just straight up desperation, and it's stupid to see people comment just to try to get a self promo, and it just, stuff like that. That's where the social media is lame and heavily misused, you know? So you go on that and make those comments, you're just gonna gain fake people. And you gain fake people, then you must have fake music. So, stay real, and so are your people. I think too, people, they scroll on because they know it was good, and they don't want to watch it, or they don't want to see you do well. And so therefore they're like, they just want to forget about it because they hate seeing you progress and stuff like that. That's how I honestly feel sometimes too.
So what do you think about haters that you know that's on your social media account? Do you have a delete list?
Well, I don't really have a delete list. I don't even know every single person I follow or who follows me, honestly. But pretty much, all the pessimistic people, they're not really on my profile or followers list, or I don't follow them. It's, if we beef or you hating, then I'm just not gonna fuck with you. Like, you know, if you want to criticize me and help me get better, then yeah. But if you're just gonna be a player here, then fuck you, bro. And I ain't got time for that. Why go jib jab on social media when I could be writing in my shit? Mostly, I just be out on my balcony, lighting one up, and writing music. And honestly, like, my girl, I do it so much that she, man, you know how it is with your lady. She think like you just so into the music that you forget about them sometimes, but you're doing it for them and for the fam and everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's just part of it.
So between family man and music, how do you separate both?
Man, we have a pretty, I try to do it on my days where I know she at work all day, so I got all day to do my music and stuff like that. But ultimately, I know for a fact that, you can ask any artist, and if they say their music, they don't put their music before pretty much everything, then they're probably lying, or they don't really care that much because I mean, it's really just hard because I know ultimately if it came down, it's like, okay, you got a main performance at this club tonight, and then there's something to pop up. Oh, where there's a basketball game, you know, your girl or your friends want to go to. I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying to do this for all my people and everything, so I'm gonna go to that performance. And I'm doing it not just being selfish, but I'm doing it for them too. But they fail to realize that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of bullshit. Then it leaves you in one of them spots that causes you to write because you're so feeling just lost and distraught that you don't know like which way to go.
So right now, what is stopping you from reaching the top?
So I don't think anything is really stopping me. I think I'm working my way there right now because I don't really have too many excuses in my path as long as I keep doing what I'm doing, because anybody that's heard me since day one, they'll tell you like, holy shit, you're not even the same guy anymore. So I think that's kind of a trick question at the same time, because you could do the easy answer, but I mean, I'm trying to be as precise as possible.
Yeah, because you know, most artists stop me is basically me, my family, time. A lot of people throw excuses out there why they're not progressing as much as they want to.
And it's kind of like, you know, obviously if you got some shit that come out like Old Town Road, then bam. But I mean, it's not an overnight thing. I mean, I know you can have that one hit song, but the power of social media, you make one hit song and you golden and you set for the rest. But I mean, you got to keep making the songs if you ever want to make that one song. So that's what I'm focusing on. I'm not just thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to buy? What kind of car do I want? I'm just thinking about like this song. I'm going to write this song and make it, and then I'll go on to the next one. I'm not really worried about, oh yeah, in 5 years when I have $5 million, and I'm not making any proclamations, but that's just the mindset that most people, like a lot of people, they'll live broke because they're saying one day I'm gonna get rich. But a lot of people, they'll get rich because they live broke. And so, I mean,
you know, I like that. I like that. That will stick with you. Because if you look at artists that hasn't made it yet, or even have made it, they're wearing the $1,000 shoes and all that. But if you look at billionaires, they're wearing $20 Nikes.
And man, when you personally know so many artists, I don't say any names. I'm not making any bashes because I mean I've been same place obviously various times, but you know, you see some artists that they act like they rich and the hot style and profiling, but you know them personally, and so you see them post shit, and that just goes to show though, 50% of what you see is for the clout, and it's not actually like, yeah, this. And I'm not, obviously, I mean, there's many ways to get it, and I'm not making any bashes once again. But sometimes in like music videos, you'll see tons of music videos, they just bring out the cash. And it's just like, if you got this much cash and everything, why is your music video so trash? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just think a lot of people flexing so hard, and it just drives me crazy to see that kind of thing, because it's like, I saw that scrolling through yesterday. Like I said, what's different? It's not, it's the same.
How is rappers fake flexing affecting the music industry?
Well, I mean, you look at the all-time like truly greatest artists, and most of them wasn't really doing it for flexing. They was doing it to just let out problems. Like, I mean, and you like seeing Straight Outta Compton in their story, they're doing it to just get people aware of the cops and how they're being treated. And they didn't have social media, they weren't doing it. And that's why a lot of times you hear things that were realer back in the day, because they didn't really have anybody to impress. They weren't going to take this picture at the performance tonight and go post it and hope to get a bunch of likes. They was just going to go out, give it their all, and speak while they could, because that was their only time to speak. They couldn't go on Instagram Live or really even get a lot of chances like we doing. I mean, we got an iPhone. I mean, they had to go to like a big time place, or you had to go and get an expensive ass camera back in the day if you wanted to do this. So I mean, I'm just trying to be true to thine self, and that's my goal until the day I'm gray and old. I'm all in, I won't fall. What's life? I don't even know. This world's so cold, like the North Pole. Let's heat up and light us a bowl. Just relax, because it's good for the soul.
That's your lyrics right there?
That was... I'm trying to think what song... It's one I haven't... What is Life? That's what it is. That's the track I got, but it's unmastered. That's just a few bars. I might have said a misorder, because I recorded this a while ago, and I only listened to it like when I'm in the car, because I aim right now. I'm dropping a single tomorrow, Rainy Days. It's a blues, kind of like depressing kind of type shit, which I don't hear too many rap songs about. You know, I hear about hoes and good times and the same topics, but I don't really hear any truly like, damn, I feel that. I know what it's like to be sad. I know what it's like to be in that kind of shoes. And so that's the goal of this song that I have coming out, just to let everybody know that even though you may be an artist and doing well for yourself, we all going through some shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just letting all my problems out, once again, telling a story about myself and about my past and what I've been through. And I wrote it in a time when I was honestly pretty fucking depressed. And it's like, you don't know you're depressed until a year later, you see that you know what it's like to be, oh fuck, I'm happy and I'm doing well. Then you look back and you're like, damn, shit was miserable then. But you gotta know the good to know. I mean, you gotta know the bad to know the good. So,
but isn't a lot of artists depressed?
I mean, I can't really speak for a lot of artists on how they feel. However, I will say, I mean, I know fellow artists that I look at that and I know when they are and aren't depressed. But nonetheless, why don't you write about it and not just write about the good, positive things in your life? It's like, I mean, if you don't have $5,000 in your pocket right now, why is you singing about it? You know? But if you do have like shit going on in your life and you are feeling down and out, write about it. You know what I'm saying?
So you said you got Rainy Days coming out tomorrow, November 6th.
Yeah. I'll just maybe.
Rainy Days, people, November 6th, 2019. We'll be dropping tomorrow.
I actually, and it's kind of funny, the dude that did the beat for me, he stay out in London. And I met him online, and that's one of the things that's a blessing about social media, is I've met many illustrators and many beat producers and stuff like that through my social media, and they help me out a lot. So it's like, I never see it as just me, because I mean, I got my guys making beats for me, I got my producers doing me in the studio and stuff like that. I mean, I got my girl and people back home supporting me. So, I mean, I'm blessed to be in the shoes that I am. And, I mean, we a team. It ain't me. You know what I'm saying? So
how many songs you think that you've done that's not finished?
How many songs that I've done that's not finished? Well, you say that, you mean that I've already dropped, or that I got in my Google Drive right now?
That you got in your Google Drive that you listen to, like, dang, I could have did something else. Or that you will not put out?
Well, I mean, I got a couple that I really want to fucking get out there, but I mean, I want it to be on an album, or I want to shoot a music video to one and then drop that, then drop the track, because I got a couple that I know they better than my old stuff, and everybody that I showed it to, they have all fucked with it heavy. And actually, there was another artist that worked with the same producer I did, and she heard it through the same producer, and she liked it enough to follow me and then like ask me if I wanted to do a track. And I mean, I got a banger coming out with her, so that is gonna be a dope ass track, but I'm not gonna drop that till 2020.
You know her name? Could give her a shout out.
Amani Harris.
Amani Harris.
I met her through my producer Thrax's house. And anybody in the local area, you want somebody to mix your shit to make it sound better than any other producer you know in all of Arizona, you hit up Thrax's house. And then where I record all my music with my boy Spudnik, it's Central Phoenix, man. And I actually met him performing at Respect the Underground one night. My buddy Finesse the Fox, we did a song together, and so he was performing, so he's like, hey, since we did this song, I gotta have you come perform with me. And so I'm like, all right, fuck it, yeah, let's go. And just so happens I met one of my producers that night. He gave me his card, and I'm just like, all right, we'll see what he's about. And me and him been working together for the past 6 months on singles and my album that I got coming out. So it's just so weird how I feel like people I met, it's right place, right time. Because that dude that I performed with, I met him at my very first performance. It was at Jabbar's Hookah Lounge in Glendale. But, I mean, shit, man. You gotta watch out if you're performing in that place, bro. you don't never know who you're gonna see. You don't never know what's coming, bro. And that night, like, it was like all but like 2-3 artists that was like trash. Just doing backflips on stage and fucking just rapping about the same shit, same flow.
So at Jabbar's,
and I'll tell you what I hate, to all artists out there, I hate when you have the whole pre-recorded version you're performing. There's better ways to do it, and I feel it deeper when I hear your voice singing, not when you and your 5 boys jumping on stage. And I'm not making any proclamations that I'm so much better. I'm just telling you what people like. And if you want like honest feedback that the crowd ain't gonna tell you, they're just gonna hop up and down and want your free shit. It's a lot better to have a live version mixed than it is to sing over the whole entire song. You know, if I'm play the whole entire song just me, I'm gonna play it on the radio or on iTunes. But this is for them. They hear my voice and know what I have to say. So the only way they're gonna hear that is if they hear mine and not the fucking shit that I had mixed at the studio. Because I think the only way to truly feel, I can only feel somebody's music when I know it's their voice right now. Because, I mean, yeah, it's you, but for all I know, that could be somebody else fucking you just singing over, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's my #1 pet peeve about live performances in the clubs and stuff around here. You know?
Yeah, I know. I hear a lot of live performances. They got the music way up loud. They screaming in the mic.
That's what I'm saying, and I'm like, you don't even sound like yourself. And see, I'll practice live versions of mine, and I'll have my buddy, my producer Thrax, I'll have him just make me a live version to where, you know, you have some bars that's in there if you ever need to kind of take a just quick breath. But other than that, I mean, it's all beat. And I remember at my first performance at Jabbar's, I don't even know if I knew Thrax's house at that point, but I had just played the beat on a song that I ain't even recorded, and I wrote 3 days ago. And I get like halfway through the first verse, and that's like 45 seconds, and it's like 3.5 minutes. And after that, I screw up on one line. And you know, you screw up on one line in your performance, then you just get scattered, and you may lose your place. So I had to freestyle for just 2.5 minutes at my first performance right there, and it was smooth enough to where people thought that shit was an actual song. But that was just all just like you know, you got to be prepared if shit ain't go your way. You know what I'm saying? So.
Were you nervous in your first performance?
I think every artist is kind of nervous in their first performance, but what it was, it's just them first 10 seconds. And then once you get past them first 10 seconds and you start feeling yourself, then you're not really worried about it. And now that I've performed multiple times, it's not much, it's not much heart pounding or shit like it was in the beginning. Because, I mean, I never, like, really, I mean, before I moved to Phoenix, I wasn't really performing in clubs, but I mean, and did play a lot of, I was heavy in sports in high school and college before I started doing music. So, I mean, I pretty much just exchanged effort that I had in a lot of other things, and I put it all towards music. Because, I mean, you gotta be, you can only choose so many things that you want to, like, be your best at. And that's why, I mean, I love you to death, but that's why you hear Le'Veon Bell. He be good on the field, but, I mean, he try to go on the studio, and he better. But if he just focused on one, if he just focused on football, or if he just focused on rapping, I think he would be a lot better. Same thing with dude for the Damian Lillard. Is that his name? He raps too, the NBA player?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he raps too. I mean, he's not bad, but if you just poured all your soul into rapping and not rapping and basketball, bruh, you be...
That's like Lonzo.
Man, Lonzo, don't get me started on Lonzo, bro. I don't want to hear about Lonzo, dude.
He tried to do the same thing. Him and his bros made a music video.
Well, honestly, I think when your dad like that, you ain't... If your dad like that, you gotta, like, be ready for some bashing in every single way on social media, and you gotta live up to an extreme hype that he created for you. So, I mean, I believe it's where a lot of artists or a lot of athletes, they try to multifunction, but all the greatest ones like Tom Brady and people like that, they pour their whole soul into just that, and they go on to be the all-time greats. I mean, I don't think Eminem played NFL football. I don't think he played in the NBA either.
Tell the people where they can find you at on social media.
You can find me at Samwise, SAMW15E. Every single platform, every single social media. Samwise, Mr. Wise. People used to call me Schmitty back in the day. People from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. All this shit you see right now, it's all for you. It's all for my peeps at Hattiesburg High, Sacred Heart, homie Jay Klein, Thrax House, Vanessa Fox, Sputnik. I mean, all my people know who they are, and if I said my people, then you watching this, then also got Rainy Days coming out tomorrow, as we said. Later, I got my boy Arian Jones. I'm gonna be shooting a video with. We got a banger that I could play right now, but it's fucking too good to be free. And Christmas time, last year I came out with a song called Santa Claus, and this year I'm coming out with another bigger, better Christmas single. So y'all get ready for the Christmas single to end your year with a bang, and then for the album to open up your year with greatness.